Hey everyone, it's Mr. Canfield. We're in chapter 4. We are doing chapter 4.3 today. So we'll start out here and we'll just double check. We'll go through this. All right. So we've looked at this before. We've said that in any triangle, if you have an exterior angle, this angle should be equal to these two added together. So let's see if that's true. Well, that's 53. So then if I do 180 minus 53, I get 127. So what we were saying is 127 and these two really should be the same thing. And if you think about it, it makes sense, right? There's 180 degrees in the triangle. We already have 53 accounted for. So if I do 180 minus 53, these two are going to comprise the other 127 degrees. So this and this here being 127, that's also 127. So here, when I do 180 minus 114 for this linear pair, and I get 66 here, well, that's saying 2 and 3 together here have to add up to 66. So we can't find 2 and 3 exactly, but we know what they have to add up to. So in this one, angle 4, that's x. Oh no. Well, if I'm trying to find that angle, I know they add up to 180, so I could just do 180 minus x. And that's what that is. I don't know what x is, but I do know that's 180 minus x. So then it says find the sum of 2 and 3 in each angle. So in here, I know 2 and 3 have to add up to 180 with 53. So I kind of already talked about that a few minutes ago. I got ahead of myself. So if I do 180 minus 53, and we get 127, I know that these two have to add up to be 127. So, and if you'll see for these two, it's the same idea. So we find that this exterior angle thing always works because we're doing 180 minus this to get that, just like we do 180 minus this to get those two together. So that's why we're saying this and this always have to be the same. So let's drop some quick notes in here. All right. A proof is a logical sequence of statements. So a proof is a logical sequence of statements with reasons that shows why a conjecture is always true. So a proof is a way for us to show that something has to always be true. Excuse me. So we're going to do a flowchart proof, and the idea is we're going to do statement. It's a statement, and then underneath we'll have the reason, and then we'll do an arrow. We'll have another statement, and then the reason underneath. So let's see. Find the missing statements and reasons to prove that the sum of the angles in a triangle is always 180. Well, all right, let's see. So here we say angle 1 plus angle 4 is 180, and that's because that's called a linear pair. So linear pairs, and the thing about linear pairs is they always add up to 180, which the fancy language for always add up to 180 is supplementary. So we know that's true, and we know that the thing we just talked about was the exterior angle theorem. So we can say the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 has to equal the measure of angle 4. That's the exterior angle theorem. And so if I put those things together, I know 1 plus 4 is 180. I know 2 plus 3 is equal to 4. Well, then I could substitute, instead of writing 4 in here, I could write 2 plus 3. So I could say the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 4, which is 2 and 3. So measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3. That equals 180. So that was the piece that we substituted. So it has to be true. All right. Let's see, lines M and S are parallel. Prove that angle 5 and 2 are supplementary. Remember to give reasons for every statement you make. 5 and 2. 5 and 2. So there's a bunch of ways to do this. These guiding questions can help. This is how I'm going to do the problem. And then I'll talk about maybe a different way that I would have done it. So 5 and 6. So we know that 5 and 6 together equal 180 because they're a linear pair. Let's see, 6 and 2. We know that 6 and 2, those are equal to each other. Because they are corresponding angles. Oh wait, linear pairs are supplementary. So wait, so if 5 and 6 are 180 and 6 and 2 are equal, then we could say that instead of writing 5 plus 6, I could write 5 plus 2. Oof, oof. Let me rewrite that. Measure of angle 5 plus measure of angle 2 equals 180. Yep. And that is substitution. All right. So those are my reasons, and boom, there we go. So we're not going to do a lot of proofs in here, but it is worthwhile to kind of think through this. All right. Now let's see what's going on here. All right. So we've got our next activity. We're going to move on to 4.4. We've looked at the sides and angles of various triangles over the past few days and classified triangles based on these features. But how are they connected in any way? Do the angles affect the sides? Do the sides affect the angles? Let's explore. So without doing any measuring, so this is one of the activities where the whole point of this is for you personally to explore and think about it. So if you did miss class, spend 10 or 15 minutes and try these things out, and then I'm going to spoil them. So go ahead and, like pause the video. You know what? No, I'll just start in the next video.